one point I would say to these people who believe that slaughtering animals is inhumane, because that's their argument, right? I don't believe in the sacrifice an animal. You're killing an animal for your joy. That's what they're saying, right? This argument is not valid for a number of reasons. First of all, an animal like a sheep dying on its own is more painful than it being slaughtered the Islamic way. Did you know that? The Islamic way of slaughtering the sheep is the most merciful way to the animal. Because immediately the religion of Islam says, with a sharp knife, immediately all the 4 veins, arteries, are to be severed. When that happens, immediately when the blood is gushing with so much force, immediately the animal becomes what? Unconscious. It's no longer feeling any pain. If you do it the Islamic way, it's not really painful for the animal. Now you could argue, but I see the animal, struggling, right, with its hand and its feet. The reason why it's struggling is not out of pain. It's because when the blood is leaving and the animal becomes unconscious, you have muscle contraction and spasm in the body of the animal. That's just a natural reaction of the muscle being contracted. It's not because the animal's in pain. The animal's not feeling anything at that point. But if you let an animal grow up to be old and then die and get sick and die, that's more painful. That is more painful. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is merciful. Allah will not tell us to do something that is cruel. And it's important to understand that. And one final note here, by the way, according to Islamic law, I don't want to surprise you, but according to Islamic law, it's not recommended to be vegan or vegetarian. Eating too much meat is highly unrecommended. It's bad. It's bad for your health. It's bad for your spirituality. That's why a hadith attributed to Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, he says, don't make your stomachs the graveyards of animals. Be moderate. However, Islamic law encourages us highly, at least once every 40 days. At least. Once a week is good, once a month, but at least once every 40 days to eat meat. And by the way, go and do research. Those people who are strictly vegetarian or vegan, it has a number of emotional and psychological consequences. Eating meat is beneficial for the growth of the body, for the development of the brain, and also for your emotion, psychology, and your spirit. It's healthy. And the best type of meat in Islamic law is what? Anyone knows? Lamb. Exactly. Lamb is the best type of meat in Islamic law. It has the best effects on the body. Other types of meat, chicken and beef, they're halal. They're halal. I reiterate, don't get scared. They're halal, but they're unrecommended. It's makruh. So when something is makruh, don't eat it on a daily basis. Occasionally, one eats it. Some people have the habit every single day they eat beef. According to Islamic law, that's not good. It's to avoid. So eating meat, brothers and sisters, is actually good for your spiritual health, your psychological health. It's actually good. People who are strictly vegetarian and vegan, it has a number of negative consequences. So that's what I would recommend, that you say to this person, that if you analyze this, this actually is humane to the animal. And by the way, studies have been performed. I've seen studies, an animal that is being slaughtered according to Islamic law, they put these electrodes on their brain, because when an animal experiences pain, there's a part in the brain that shows activity, where you can tell, using that device, that the animal's going through pain. They put these electrodes on a sheep or animals that were being slaughtered the Islamic way, and then they compared it to sheep that were being slaughtered by shots or some other Western methods. Those animals that were given shots or any other type of way, there was so much pain in the area of the brain when it was measured. But the Islamic way, as soon as the animal was being slaughtered, initially there was just a little bit of activity, then it went away, that activity. because it makes the brain unconscious.